Morning, our teaming viewers. You are welcome to your program of choice on independent television ITV, broadcasting live here from Mpape Hill in Abuja, this 16th day of June 2022. And you are live on this morning on ITV. And today being Thursday, it is another day when the modern Nigerian nation beckoned on the children of the Nigerian system to be a devoted, strong, loyal partners in the processes of nation building and national reconstruction agenda. So you are welcome to Nationalism and You. As it is the characteristic on this program, because it is all about Nigeria, we will be taking our article of faith. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me, God. So help you, God. So help us, God. We kept doing this every morning to open this program in order to invite you in your office to meditate on the wordings, the pledges, the commitment towards nation building. If we reflect vividly on this, we will be tilted towards doing the right thing, acting the right way, and performing our duty judiciously to the service of the nation. It is on this ride we flew this morning by reflecting on the celebration of the Democracy Day on the 12th of June. We remember vividly that in 2018, as a mechanism or instrument of national reconciliation, as well as to properly domicile our Democracy Day, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, moved the Democracy Day from May 29 to June 12th. And we have just celebrated this within the week. It was on Sunday, but we proceeded to celebrate it on Monday. Now, one of the highlights of President Muhammadu Buhari's charges to the nation during the Democracy Day, probably one of the most important highlights, is that en route to 2023 general election, political aspirants, political parties, political spokespersons, they should all engage on issue-based campaign. We should engage on issue-based campaign and move away from all of those parochial cleavages that are capable of tearing us apart or in a kind of promoting the spirit of violence in the democratic practices. And we hope our political class are listening to this. Yes, many will say, do we truly have something to celebrate our democracy? We have so much to celebrate, particularly that we have the right of choice of leaders. If we choose the right leaders, our nation will navigate and continue to navigate well, and our democracy will continue to be rewarding to us. If we choose the wrong leaders, we will collectively pay for it. So, let us continue to walk along to create conducive environment for the flourishing of our democracy, most particularly for developmental democracy. Our democracy, our electoral democracy has moved forward, but our developmental democracy is questionable. Questionable in the sense that the refineries are not yet working. Questionable in the sense that Ajaokuta remains moribund, dysfunctional, a gross disservice to the nation. Our democracy continues to be challenged because governors are still collecting humongous amount of pensions in their respective states, whereas most of them have made the National Assembly their retirement place, collecting concurrent humongous amount at the National Assembly alongside what they are collecting from their state. What a bleeding of a nation. And it appears that we do not have the moral rectitude as political leaders. We do not have the good conscience, the principle to want to do the right thing and correct all of these double leakages being committed by our former governors that apportioned to themselves through their state legislations humongous amounts, and you are still drawing from the same purse of the federation, because on monthly basis we rush to Abuja to collect the national shared cake. It reverted back to our state. We go back to our state to collect those so-called pensions, medical allowances, car repairs, car allowances, replacement of cars every 3 years or 2 years by governors, and some of these cars are in 5 or 4 or 3, alongside your governor, your deputy governors. In a country where we are a country of 200 million, over 200 million people, with miserable, what do you call it, gross domestic product put at below 500 billion? Do we truly know and understand that as a nation with over 200 million people, our GDP ought to be above $1 trillion instead of this miserable 500 billion, and we are clapping for ourselves? Those are some of the germane issues that our democracy, celebrating Democracy Day, rather at over 22 years of democracy, those are the questions we should be asking. Those are the questions we should be asking. And who should correct all of these abnormalities? Where are our legislators? Is it because the governors has overpopulated the highest chambers of the land that they cannot legislate against this double bleeding of national resources? A statistic put it that over 40 billion are being spent quarterly or thereabout to pay for this excessive earnings of past governors, or do you call them retired governors, that refuse to be retired and yet populated our National Assembly? One remember vividly when President Muhammadu Buhari, now President Muhammadu Buhari, was appointed as the chairman of the Petroleum Trust Fund. he said, I am not going to collect salary or allowances, and he did not because he was drawing on pension. Where did our governors have such moral? How did they come about this moral deficiency? To be bleeding the nation from two fronts. These are the issues of corruption that many Nigerians are expecting President Muhammadu Buhari to address as the tenure is drawing closer to termination. That is that. Now, another thing, another issue that have been engaging the nation interest is Muslim ticket, Christian ticket. Many Nigerians are asking, are these not trivialities? Is it Muslim ticket or Christian ticket that wins election, or a political structures? Many political scientists will tell you that elections are not won on the basis of Christian and Muslim. They are won on the basis of political structures, effective political structures, well-oiled political structures. Taking that apart, it so appears that our political leaders, our religious leaders, are manipulating systems. They are trying to manipulate the people to think that it is religion that can save us. Then you ask yourself, we have had Christian president and Muslim vice president. Where are the electricities? Where are the powers? Where are the refineries? Where are the results of privatizations that qualified much more as personalizations? We also have Muslim president and Christian vice president. Where is Ajaokuta? Where are those infrastructure that can crystallize sustainable national development and deliver democratic dividends to the people as should be perennially? Our national electricity, the grids are collapsing day in, day out. What a gross disservice to the nation. Instead of us to engage issues and look for those who can do the work, like one Nigerian said, when we go to our mechanic, we don't ask whether they are, what do you call it, whether they are Christian or Muslim. We just want to get our vehicle fixed. When we go to hospital, we don't ask whether the doctor is a Christian or Muslim. We just want to deal with his expertise. Why is it when it comes to national leadership, we cleaved to those parochial cleavages? We seem to want to divert the attentions of the Nigerian mainstream from the issues that are germane to their well-being, to their development. That is not the way to go. Recently, I watched a video where in Republic of Benin or Togo, they no longer sworn to office, take an oath of office with Bible or the Quran. They go traditional. They now use a hanged snake on their neck. If you swear decisively, it is expected the snake might bite you, and you may not even resume the office. Is that the way we want to go? Those who are advocating for Christian, Muslim ticket, or Christian, Muslim ticket, and the rest of it. What of if the Native Doctors Association of Nigeria, the Occultic Association of Nigeria comes out to advocate for same? Why are we depriving ourselves rational reasoning? We should focus on issues that will benefit us as a nation. This is where we will be rounding up this first engagement this morning, but don't change the channel, because more are coming for you on nationalism and you, as we will be moving into discussion segment after this interlude. I remain your host, Ebenezer Oyetakin.